Hey, Sparky, where's your hostess? Still really bare? Is your hostess still real bare in there? I see your shadow. Do you see your shadow, Sparky? Hey, Sparky. Today is March the 10th, and we're supposed to maybe get some snow. So it's just hard to say. I don't know. I have to wait and see. I still want to build a snowman, but I don't know if I'm going to get to this year, Sparky. Now, what's on the agenda this morning is I'm going to make some raw tomato juice from tomatoes from our garden, okay? And I'm going to try to get you to drink some raw tomato juice. Are you going to do it for me? I know you hate tomatoes, but you might drink some tomato juice. I'm thinking you have before just a little bit. So since you're on a liquid diet now, you don't want any live feeders, then I'm just going to keep trying to make you juices then. Is that okay? All right then. Okay, Sparky, now there is your tomato juice. And here's what I did. I partly thawed them overnight in the refrigerator. And those are tomatoes from the garden. And I peeled them. The peeling come off real easy. And I left the seeds in it. So then that way I don't even have to strain it. And I didn't add any sea salt. And I didn't add any lemon juice for yours. But I'm going to for ours. I don't know how good salt with minerals would be for you. So I left that out. And all that is just plain old tomato juice with seeds in it. So then what I did was I added a little bit of spring water because it was thick. And I added about a little bit less than a tablespoon of spring water, just to thin it just a little. And I used a tablespoon or so of the tomato juice. So basically I just thinned it a little bit. So now let's see if you're going to get a drink. And don't start moving. I wanted you to get a drink, so don't come over to me. Don't start that. We got tomato juice to drink. Come on. Let's drink some of that tomato juice. See, it's really still quite thick. The tomato juice, before it's thin, you can put a little pepper on it, heat it up, and it is thick enough to pretend that it's tomato soup. Come on, Sparky. Now, don't start that now. Come on. I want you to have a drink. Come on, get a drink. Get a drink of tomato juice. Come on. Sparky did drink some tomato juice. So now he's just soaking his little stub in it. And he has never, he never drank it before without having to dilute it a little. So basically you just have to kind of try, if you can get your turtle drink at full strength, that's fine. But I haven't been able to get I just have to water it down just a little. It's still pretty thick. And Kelly asked if you liked red worms. Well, I'm going to answer for you. I've tried red worms, and Sparky even has some little red worms in his substrate. But I've tried him, he won't eat them because they're easily found outside in the yard. I've heard they have a bitter taste and that some box turtles won't eat them. Well, Sparky won't eat them. I've never had luck with him eating those. But when I buy Canadian night crawlers online, I can sometimes, only sometimes, get him to eat one. And because he's handicapped. It's much of a struggle for him, and I have to hold down one side in order to be able, for him to be able to eat them. But then he won't eat anymore. So then the rest of them I keep in the fridge, and I have a video on how I keep them in the fridge. And they do keep a long time. But, you know, you buy them online, you get, you know, Sparky to eat one, and then he wastes the rest. And that's what I have to deal with. I've just got done getting rid of, you know, a little while back, getting rid of a bunch of hornworms and a bunch of waxworms. And the rest is dying, and, you know, I've just got to get rid of those because he wouldn't eat any waxworms at all. And he ate some hornworms. So now I got him a small batch of superworms online. So now I've got those to care for, and he don't want those. So it's just a nightmare. And then I've got pet food from the farmer. And he did eat it for a little while. The turkey. So now he won't eat the turkey. He won't eat the chicken pet food. And he won't eat the beef pet food. So now I've got all three of those that no hope. So you can feed that raw, and that's what I did, you know, because that's something to do with more enzymes or whatever. And even raw, like raw liver, if a person could eat raw liver, supposedly, that, you know, if you get the organic grass-fed beef liver or chicken liver, you can eat that raw. So what I'm going to try to do with all this pet food that I have in the freezer is I'm going to try steaming it for a little while and see if Sparky will eat it. But he's not in the mood to eat now. I go through this every year. He's just not going to eat. But he is drinking. So I am going to make up some juice today. So as far as juicing greens and stuff, there is 2 rules of thought with juicing greens. And that is that you need the fiber. And the fiber has some nutrients in it and blah, blah, blah. That's one rule of thought. And then there's another thought on if you juice stuff, if you juice the greens and the veggies, then you can take in more and you get more nutrients that way. So who knows? And I'm also going to get the chlorella, which is really a good detoxifier for people. And so basically I'm giving Sparky a healthy drink that's a human drink. So Sparky, what do you think? I mean, he just seems to be doing fine as long as I have enough heat for him. He holds his head up high. So I just have to get through it. And so does Sparky, the winter months. I just got done making coconut milk. And I had 2 different kinds of coconuts. And the one that Sparky's sitting on is coconut water from the white coconut. And oh, it is really good. The water, if you've never tried the coconut water from the white coconut, you got to try it. It's really good. Now, the other is not good at all. I don't really care for it at all. But I gave Sparky one of each, you know, to try. And right now, he just wanted out. That's all he's caring about. And he's seeing himself in the plexiglass. The sun's hitting in, and he's up on his ramp. And he's seeing himself. So he's just going to sit in these little dishes. But I was just curious to see if maybe I could get him to drink some. I know I've tried him on coconut water before. And I think I've even given him coconut milk. And I don't think I ever had any luck with him drinking it. But, you know, you want to keep trying this stuff. This is healthy stuff. Hey, Sparky. Did you know today is March the 12th, and today everybody has got to turn their clocks forward, spring forward, because of it's almost spring. So, what do we got? 9 more days till spring? And I think we shouldn't turn our clocks back. I think we should keep the same time. And that way there'll be less wrecks with people trying to set their clocks. That way there will be a lot less people stressed out trying to figure out how to set their clocks, just like we did in our Chevy truck. So, still haven't done that second video to have better lighting.